On the syllabus, you will find that my office is located in G2E. If you're on campus sometimes, you will find that near the gym. You're always welcome to come and see me, even if you are an online only student. Happy to meet. As you can see, my office hours this semester are Monday and Wednesday from 1 to 3:30 p.m. and that's in my office. So let's say you want to meet with me but you can't come to campus. I'm also available through Cranium Cafe at the same time or by appointment, and I can make myself available in the evening sometimes if you let me know with some advance warning. I also have 3 little kids, and so it is not exactly always quiet at my house. As long as you're patient with that, I'm happy to meet with you in the evening if that works better for your schedule. I know a lot of our online students especially have full-time jobs during the day, just like I do, and I will do my best to make sure that I can get to your questions or work with you in the evenings if that becomes necessary. Please remember, I also have a full-time job and a full-time family, so I can't promise I will always be available like immediately when you need help. One really good way to get a hold of me is through Google Voice through a text message. I do not respond to text messages after 8 p.m. at all, ever. And I can't promise that I'll be able to respond to you after 4 p.m. because that's the end of my official workday. But if I am able to respond, I will try to. All right, let's keep going. You're welcome to call me in my office. Here's my office phone number. You're also welcome to use Google Voice for text messages. You're welcome to use it for a voice message as well, but I don't have great luck with those messages. Sometimes they come through very clearly and sometimes they're very garbled. So that comes straight to my phone. I don't give out my personal number, but I will give out my Google Voice number. Let's see. This semester we're reading 2 books. Amy Silverman's My Heart Can't Even Believe It. It's a researched memoir, and I was honored to bring Amy to campus last semester. She is a friend of mine, so I get to call her Amy. You get to call her Ms. Silverman when you're referring to her in your writing, or Silverman. Since you don't know Amy, you don't get to call her Amy. It seems kind of reasonable. In writing, you always refer to an author with his or her last name. All right. Let's keep going. These 2 books are the ones that are required. There are pictures inside of your Canvas shell that show you which books they are. Course technology use. Course technology use is kind of a big deal for this class. It is an online class, or you could be watching this and you may take my class face-to-face. I have the same expectations of your ability to use technology in a face-to-face class. You need to be able to troubleshoot your projects, problems, and if you have trouble with a technological problem, like you can't get an assignment to upload, the person to call first, or the department to call first before you contact me, is Distance Education. 763-7917. That's Nicole Avina. She has a couple of people who can, but she is also very busy. You'll be able to get to her, though, before you'll probably be able to get directly to me. There are lots of ways to get help without calling Distance Ed. You can Google it. You can look at the Canvas website. You can check and see if I've posted the answer to your question somewhere else. You can ask a fellow classmate if they're having trouble and what they've done. There are lots and lots of ways to be successful. Make sure you're taking responsibility for that and creating success in your own class, because really the only person who will suffer from this is you if you don't do it correctly. So we've got a couple things you're required to have for this class. You must have an internet connection and some sort of technology. If you have a computer, you will have an easier time doing your work than if you are simply using a tablet, in my opinion, because you will have full access to what a computer is and what it does. If you're using a tablet for this class, make sure you tell somebody that when you're having trouble. I'm using this kind of tablet. This is the technology I'm using, so that we can help you more effectively. So if you send me a question, you've tried everything else technologically, and you can't get an answer to your question, you really need to tell me what you're using first. I'm using this kind of technology. This is what I have tried. I have searched this and this. I can't get this to work. Could you please help me? No problem. I'm happy to do it. I will know that you've tried everything, and I'm still happy. I'm happy to help you. I just want to make sure you get help as quickly as you can. And I teach classes on campus as well, so I'm not always available to you right away. You have to be able to use Canvas for class quizzes, assignments, modules, and other course-related material. I've set up my modules in terms of weeks, and I've put the assignments in terms of what type of assignment they are. So all of the research project assignment parts are together. The modules area is where I put what you need to do each week. I use the announcements area a lot. If you opt into announcements, you will automatically get either a text or an email about when announcements posted. That is a very common way for me to get you information. I use it probably once or twice a week. So it might be a clarification, it might be a feedback for everybody. Maybe everybody's making the same kind of error. I'll make a quick video, post it in there. You can watch it, get that, never make that mistake again. Be my favorite student. Life will be perfect. All will be well. Try that. You need to make sure that you can access feedback from me. Accessing feedback is very, very important. There are 2 ways that I do feedback for my classes. One way is through something that on my side is called SpeedGrader, and on your side I think you have to click a little place that says View Feedback. So I'll put a rubric in there. I'll click on the rubric parts that will tell you where your weaknesses are, and then I will put actual feedback within the document. That's one way I give feedback. Another way that I give feedback is to upload. I'll use the comments function within Microsoft Word, and then I'll put comments within your paper so that you can make improvements. If in the rubric it says you have more than 5 errors in MLA documentation style, you can go through your whole paper and fix all of your MLA documentation, assuming that there are problems with more than just that. You can also, if I say that there are errors in, you're not citing your quotations correctly, you would want to go through all of your quotations and fix them. That kind of feedback, proactive revision and editing on your part is a huge part of success in college, and I expect you to do it. All right, so in this class, the minimum technology that you should be able to use, you should be able to take a screenshot, attach it as a file. You should be able to attach files, like Word documents. You must be able to use screencasting tool like Screencast-O-Matic to create a presentation. That's part of this class for English 1500. You will need to troubleshoot technology issues. That's what I was talking about before with your Canvas help desk or calling Nicole in distance education. And knowing when you're above your head and that you need help, you need to call, you need to make an appointment with me or, with a tutor. That stuff's all that needs to happen. Okay, this class is completely taught online, unless you're in my face-to-face class and watching this for fun. And that's okay too. Online discussions, each week you'll respond to a discussion prompt based on the things that we're doing in class with the reading. So they say, I say is often referenced. If it says TSIS, that is they say, I say. If it is my heart can't even believe it, it is MHCEV or EBI, right? My heart can't even believe it. That's what those two acronyms mean. I expect you to be... I didn't want to write out my heart can't even believe it every single time I needed to. So that is my little acronym for it. So those are what your online discussions are going to be based on, at least for the first half of the semester. Second half of the semester, it's more about your research, but the first half of the semester is building that background knowledge. The book is about a woman's, she's a journalist. It's her journey with Down syndrome. Her daughter has Down syndrome. My daughter also has Down syndrome. We met through the Down syndrome community. You do not have to love Down syndrome or do anything specific about Down syndrome. That is not the point of choosing this particular text. It is a nice way to introduce you to the disability world, disability community, but it is also basically 16 different little research projects. She's basically walking you through what she did in order to research a question that she had. That's why this is chosen for this particular class. So you're going to be looking at this in terms of what are my research questions? They can be about disability. They can be about Down syndrome. They don't have to be. They have to be inspired by something in the book. Most of the topics have a way to connect to engineering, to education, to family dynamics. There are lots of ways for you to do this. You may not hand in this paper twice, okay? So you're going, let's say that you have, unless your other professor is okay with it, for this class, you are writing a unique paper. You may use the same resources. You may use the same sources. You may do the same research but you're gonna have different research questions. This particular paper is about how you research. All right. Most videos for this class will not be this long, so fear not. This is just a one-time thing. Your research paper at the end of the semester will be a 5 to 7 page MLA style paper. At the end of the semester, basically, you will have come up with an entire research area where you're going to be an expert. You will have researched, you will use sources, you will find them in the Taft College library only. You will have to use that database, the electronic database, so learn how to do that immediately. There is a sign-in area. If you don't know how to do that, please search the library's page. I will try to throw some simple instructions into announcements where I throw all those kinds of things. And make sure that you take initiative to learn how to do that early in the semester. Waiting until the day that it's due will not work for this class. You will have timed writings. There are 4 of them. One of them will be on your midterm and one of them will be on your final. Those will have longer time periods open. The other 2 will probably be 1 hour writings. If you have a disability, learning disability, accommodations card, make sure I know about that so I can make adjustments in Canvas for your time limits. Alrighty, so in the basic coursework, the schedule and operations, I've got basically a 14-point list of things that we're doing and explanations of those projects and how they all build on each other. For example, you're doing the works cited page for your potential topic. I will give you feedback on your works cited page, which will be in MLA style, alphabetical order, following all the rules, doing all that stuff. You will have to use that exact same MLA style works cited page to go on to your annotated bibliography. If you do not hand in your works cited page, you cannot do your annotated bibliography. Just like if you don't do your annotated bibliography, you cannot do your research paper or your presentation. Each piece builds on the piece before, and I won't grade it. All right, I'm not going to Canvas stop you. I just won't grade it. If I don't have a works cited, I don't get an annotated bibliography. And I don't accept late work, so keep this stuff in organized so that you can make sure you're being successful. There's plenty of time between assignments to complete the next assignment. You don't want to get to the end of the semester and not be able to hand in an assignment because you didn't do your part. All right. That's basically the gist of what's in English 1500 for my class in an online format. I can't wait to start working with you. I think it's going to be a great semester, and I look forward to reading your work as soon as the semester begins. Have a great day.